Howdy, everyone, and welcome to Man-O-Rama. Tonight, we talk about a very important topic, which has been a long time coming. When the high expectations and they get crushed. That's right, you OnlyFans, little whatever you want to call it, and all that fun, weird things. We're gonna crush your hopes and dreams of what type of man you should have, and even the guys. Look, you're on the chopping board tonight. So join us for a lot of fun tonight. It's going to be great. We'll get started. That's right, folks. Welcome to Man-O-Rama. I'm your host, rancorsteve. And as you can see, my one of my pals, I almost said Canadian Spider-Man. Comic relief.
No, he's more like a Canadian The Thing.
That's about it. Yeah.
Comic relief. How has your week been?
I was doing my rendition of Soy Boy in preparation for the topic tonight. So that's they all have the same look on their face.
They're just flapping heads.
Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah, that's what they're totally
They're Pez dispensers.
So, right, exactly. And speaking of Pez, I'm going to have a pre-moistened fisherman's friend here from my wife. So thank you, honey. I love you. Yeah, pretty good this week, somewhat. A little stressful, but I'm not going to get into that because it doesn't need to be. No, I'm not going to get into it. You be quiet, woman. Anyway,
make me a sandwich.
Don't you make me a sandwich? Ham, Genoa salami, Swiss. I love you. Okay.
Don't kill me.
Going good. Yeah.
Don't kill me in my sleep.
Do not rape my balls. I mean, rip them off. You know what I mean? Anyway. It's going well, Chuck. How are you doing?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What a day.
I know.
Vincent, how's your week been?
Je vais très bien, mon ami. Je vais très bien.
English,
Very
motherfucker.
good. Do you speak it?
Do you speak it?
Don't.
Yes. Barely.
That was
On the fuck jure.
that was a civilized language, and it means I'm doing great, Steve.
I'm glad. I'm never going to remember that.
How civilized is that language when we've had to save their asses twice?
Yeah.
Precisely.
And how civilized is it when they basically financed the entire Revolutionary War for the Americans?
Hey, whoa. Let's not bog down to who civilized what and who helped who.
Yeah.
Just know
How
that,
civilized was Robespierre?
Or really bad prime ministers that we've had. So, damn French. Yeah.
Somebody named Trudeau.
Yeah. Senior and junior.
Oh, both of them.
It's more Castro.
Yeah, true.
It's more of fabulous.
Considering how we got plowed by Castro, the wife. So
you know what it means to be pegged.
Yeah.
We can do it. We could do a whole episode on that motherfucker.
And all of the Rolling Stones, quite possibly. So
At
Let's
once.
add the Beatles.
yeah. Now they have more class. Anyway.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Really?
No. Yeah.
No. Ordy, how's your week been?
You know what? It's been kind of a mixed bag, but generally good. I mean, the weather's cooling down, leaves are changing. Yeah, but I'm staying positive. So yeah, it's good.
Just like Magic Johnson, staying positive.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And your son looks like a woman, but it's just like, you never know.
Yeah.
Man.
And
I've had that issue of like, wow, your wife looks like a dude. Nope, that's your son.
Yeah.
Oofda.
Rick, how's your episode? Fucking.
English, motherfucker.
My name is rancorsteve, and I'm the host. Rick, how's your week been?
Trick or trout.
Do you sell spaghetti? I like spaghetti. Yay! No, my week's been pretty good. I mean, technically it's my Monday, so it's kind of all downhill from here.
Nice.
But yeah, so no, I'm hanging out with you guys now. So yeah,
But that's
Been
good.
good.
That's good. My week has been.
How was your week, Steve?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I am so
Good.
glad you asked. It was
Good.
It was fake and gay.
Yeah. Some would say fabulous.
Gay
You
with an
wish.
H.
No, it's my week has been dealing with stomach issues
Ooh.
because I'm lactose intolerant. I love pizza, but the problem is I won't say no to pizza, and yeah,
You love it,
And then
but
I
it
went-
don't love you.
I know, right? Pizza's amazing. You know,
Yeah.
even like we were after church, my wife's like, "What do you want for lunch?" I was like, "Give me your best three." And she gave me like like a deli sandwich place, Chinese place, and she's like, "Pizza," and I was like, "Pizza it is." And
Oh,
she's like, "Are
dude,
you sure?"
Dude,
It's like, look, what,
Some-
what?
dude, somebody offers you a chinky. You don't turn it down.
Hey, you know, look,
A
Look,
chinky?
man. The
I
China
love
man can wait. We're just gonna go full on there. No, it's. But then she said pizza, and I was like, pizza, and she's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Does the Pope shit in the woods?" And she said, "Yes." I was like,
well, if
"Pizza
not,
it
you
is."
will be after lunch. Oh,
No,
wait, my bad.
I was. It was so yeah. I was dealing with that, and I think because what happened was I was eating a bunch of like junk food, and then try to eat healthy, which is impossible for me to do, and then junk food. So like my body's like, "What the hell are you doing, man? Like, come on."
Is this a long story? I gotta go to the bathroom.
You know what? I'm done. I'm done. But no, my week's been okay. It's been good.
Besides, when you eat Chinese, you're hungry again in about another half an hour.
That's why you double your
Not
work.
with me. I'll eat Chinese food and I'm like, I'm good, but it's like a plate like stacked as this height. I eat like
You go
you
for the
know,
buffet.
I know there's some women watching right now, and I hope after 2 years you've understand our jokes. From what I've been told, I eat like a 16-year-old chick on a period. I'll eat.
Lovely.
Thank you for sharing that.
Hey, anytime, man. You know what? I share what I know. And what I know needs to be shared.
Dude,
On that note,
just say you eat like you got two assholes.
Steve at the Chinese restaurant. You've been here 4 hours. You go now.
Why you here again? You just got back here 5 minutes ago. Man,
You
got
know
one
me
leg?
no
What
longer.
you doing?
anyways, we're gonna get into one of my
You eat
favorite
all my crab
subjects.
rangoon.
So tonight,
Hashtag
anyone's
Rangoon
new
poster.
watching-
Steve's
I-
steak. That's got cream cheese in it. I'm just saying.
I know, right? Let's watch it, man. So anyone who's new watching, we're letting loose a little bit right now. But tonight we're talking about high expectations for men and women for dating and marriage and stuff. And
You're
thought
on
you
the
meant
wrong
easily correct.
show for high expectations.
yeah, so
He said
you
high
have high
expectations.
expectations. Look, if anyone's watching this right now, you're new and you have high expectations of what a man is right now. It's lower it down like a few notches.
That's right.
It gets better. But tonight we're gonna go through one of my favorite subjects.
Twitter.
Twitter.
Folks, Twitter.
One of his favorite subjects is crab rangoon. So let's get right to it.
Where we go through Twitter and all the news and everything of what don't be that guy. And it gets funny. All right. Up next is this. All right, guys. Let me zoom this in because I just want to do that. All right. So I saw this earlier today, and thank God, because I was worried I didn't have anything. This
Okay.
person, I don't know, Bando Too Hottie. I don't know if this is a dude thinking he's the chick or a chick who thinks he's something. I don't know, but it says Sydney isn't sexy with a shirt on and no makeup. She's borderline ugly. That's the on opinions. Nobody calls her beautiful, and more men think Zendaya is better looking than Sydney, especially in real life. Nice coat. Zendaya is the standard. You right wingers lost. Cry more. Now, I'll just go up to here. Guys, what is the issue with this?
The guy's actually blind.
Yeah.
And quite possibly gay.
Well, he's definitely stupid.
Yeah. And he probably thinks of little boys because that's what Zendaya looks like.
That's an interesting take. I didn't think
It is an interesting take, isn't it, though? Because, obviously he's left because, apparently he's saying, you right-wingers lost. I don't think so.
Well,
because I'm glad that I met my wife when she looked just like Sydney Sweeney and pretty much still does, at least in my eyes.
now she's looking at you. Where's the flower? Where's
Yeah,
the flowers in my chocolate? No, so I saw this on X and I decided, you know what? I'm going to ask a very simple question. I'm not going to get into details of the answer I got because it's mentally retarded, but because even I didn't know it. Yeah, retardation. I just asked, I said, look, the picture that you just posted has Zendaya wearing a ton of makeup. Okay. That defeats the first part. Second, what grown man is saying Zendaya is better looking or sexier than Sydney? Now, here's the thing. I am not simping for Sydney. I do not care.
Right.
I think these two are the most annoying people because there's a bunch of simps that just are annoying. But I just asked a simple question. What grown man, like mid-30s and up, us,
right,
are Zendaya? Like Zendaya, she's attractive. They're both attractive. I'll say that. This chick or whoever decided to go on this whole entire confusion. And she said men. I was like, okay, who men? And then she picked up these guys. They look like middle schoolers.
They're boys.
I said
they're European because they're wearing soccer jerseys.
Yeah. Here's the thing, guys. What I'm learning more and more now as I get older is, hey, look, if you find a woman attractive, that's your opinion. I'm not going to take it away. If you think Lizzo is attractive because she's losing weight, she is, then you know what? That's your prerogative. That's your opinion. I think she looks more attractive that she lost weight. She has a very beautiful face. You know what? That's just my opinion. Some people might think she looks like the black hole of the abyss. Cool. That is your opinion. I'm not going to take it away. When you find these people that go on X, go on Facebook or whatever, and be like, if they find someone who has a different opinion, and then you just rattle them and be like, you're this and that, you're a right winger because of this. My political opinions does not take into view of what this is. I don't care. So,
right.
Yeah, just to sum this up for me anyway.
Yes.
I really wouldn't kick either one of them out of bed for eating crackers. And by the way, I did name my cock's name Crackers.
Steve
about killed the host.
Steve, I'm going to send you something.
Oh boy.
Which should basically explain just what you said, except it's a little bit more eloquent, but
okay.
So
but here's the next one.
There we go.
Guys, what is the problem with this? I took a screenshot of the video of this one. Trans girl experiences.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started.
HR. Guys, what is the issue of this one?
Let's see. You chopped off your Dodger, and you think you're a girl that's getting a period. You're not. You're just reeling from pain.
Dude, it's like the skit from
Because you're
Life of Brian. It's like, the guy, I want to have babies. He's like, where's the fetus? Where's the fetus gonna gestate? You gonna keep it in a box?
People, you can't change DNA for the last time.
So you know what's really going on there?
Yeah.
Trans dude is lactose intolerant and ate a bunch of pizza.
Damn it! I now know what Vincent feels like.
Appendicitis.
You stole
Okay,
my
first
joke.
of all,
trans dude hit
First of all,
Taco Bell pretty hard. Now he's paying the fucking price.
first of all, they haven't even like gone through the surgery yet. That's just HRT. So yeah, that's just gas, dude.
Yeah, you just got to fart.
Get him some
Let it
Beano.
loose,
He'll
baby.
be all right.
All right, so the next one.
I want to see this happen.
I kind of do.
I do.
100 likes. I will brand my ass.
100,000. 100,000.
Now, here's the problem I have with this. It doesn't clarify. Well, it does say 100,000 likes. He's going to get that. To me, I was thinking, is he thinking if Trump wins with 100? See, that's the thing. I want to see if Trump wins and 100,000, boom, brand your butt. Do it.
Make it happen. Make it
And
so.
here's the other thing. This guy should just shave his beard because that is one ugly looking beard.
Dude, he doesn't need to
That's not
shave.
even a
He can
beard.
he can just drink a glass of milk and the cat will lick it off for him.
Yeah. That's from spending too much time down on his boyfriend's dick. That's pubic hair that's stuck there.
No, not his boyfriend. His girlfriend's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's get this right.
Right. It's true.
We'll go to. I just think it's stupid. If anyone says, "Hey, 100,000 likes," I'll bring like.
God,
You're an
the
idiot.
dude looks like a mighty foreskin warrior. I'm sorry.
Okay, here's the thing. Imagine
You won't do
just
it even if
imagine
you get 100,000.
Imagine the process of branding. All right, I have a scar on the back of my hand. It's very dark, circular. Back in 1986, on a drunken bet, I held a lit cigarette to my hand for $500. That was
Wow, that's
absolutely the worst fucking pain I ever went through in my entire fucking life, and I've had bones broken. That man has no conception of what he's getting into if he actually wants to brand himself.
This is true.
Here's the thing. Speaking of branding, we actually thought, Gary and I was on board of this because you know what? I'm a man. I can do this. We would brand RS on my whatever. I don't know, like probably my ass cheeks. I don't know, and post it. And we had a friend who is a medic, and he's like, "That is the stupidest thing you could ever do."
Yeah.
Because of all the issues. I was like, good idea. So we're going to go to the next one. They get better. We'll just go to this guy. Breaking news, everyone. TV reporter struck by bullet fragment at Lucas Kuntz shooting range campaign event. Now, here's the thing. I don't know. It is from what I heard from some of the guys on here that says it's Lucas. But I thought it was Adam Kissinger who was there, which made it even funnier.
The flying gas station attendant. Yeah.
I hope he's
okay. So first of all, I don't envy Missourians because on one hand, the dude hangs out with Kinzinger. On the other hand, he shot a reporter.
Yeah.
So tough call.
Yeah.
But okay, so
I'm torn.
for those of you who haven't seen the photos of this, the range is about 6 yards. You could not drive a Humvee between where they're shooting and where the steel is. Okay, so that was the shrapnel coming back. Also, if you've seen the pictures on this range at that close, they have tannerite.
Yeah. Here's the other issue that
I wanted them to get to the tannerite phase.
Yeah. So here's the main issue with this. And YouTube, you might kick me off. You can off on that one. When you're using an AR-15, you don't shoot at a metal target at 6 yards. You dimwits. You don't.
Oh, his eyebrows on his head, and he's looking through a scope too.
And 6 is actually his IQ.
You can do a handgun at 6 yards. I wouldn't recommend it because it can still ricochet.
You don't shoot steel at all.
I do.
No, you don't shoot steel at all unless you're more than 10 meters away. Period.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of us who use freedom actions, that's 10 yards.
Yeah.
But you don't use an AR at 6 yards. You just don't. It's stupid, moronic, and that's what the liberal mindset is.
I bet he was firing it from the hip too.
Oh no, he has
He's
the
firing it between his
worst
legs.
fucking-
Trying to be
No,
dirty Harry.
he's got the worst shoulder fucking positioning ever. Like I said, in the photo, his eye pro's on his head. He's looking through a scope at 6 yards.
Dude, it looked like he was trying to shoot and run away at the same time. But for the bad word sniffer, what he's actually saying when he says AR is automatic hole puncher 15.
Yes.
Yes. So we don't get kicked off. So tonight, we get past all the don't be that guy. We're done making fun of people.
Are
I'm
we?
never done making.
Are we?
we're not.
When are we ever done with
You
that?
know, I was trying to give hopes and dreams, and you guys crushed it. Like tonight, we're here to take your guys' hopes and dreams of high expectations and crush them and give you a reality.
No. You're being too
No,
kind.
no,
we
what?
are here. We are here to fuck your shit up.
Yep. That's a nice way of saying it. I was being polite.
Well,
So
stop
the
it.
first, okay, I won't. We're good. We're about to fuck your shit up right now. So the first question I have for you guys is, what was your high expectations for a woman growing up? We'll go with Vincent.
Dude, when I was growing up, oh my god, I was a fucking turbo nerd. Seriously, I was beyond nerd. I had glasses, fucking 110 pounds soaking wet, fucking wore my collars buttoned all the way up and shit. My high expectations were just a woman to fucking talk to me,
Hey, that works.
and that didn't happen until like I had a huge growth spurt when I was like just after I turned 15, and all of a sudden my voice dropped and I got muscular, and all of a sudden girls started talking to me, and I was like, this is pretty cool. So
All right. Rick.
Much the same. I was a book nerd growing up. Half the time when girls would even speak to me, I didn't even realize they were flirting. As a matter of fact, that like the day after I graduated high school, I was thinking back to a couple of conversations that I had senior year, and I'm like, damn, that chick was hitting on me.
dude, I'm
I didn't even
57 years old and I still don't know when they're flirting with me.
But no, I mean,
What's flirting, guys?
well, you're married now, so there's no flirting.
No, my wife still flirts with me, and I still don't get it.
But no, I mean, so I really didn't have that many expectations. I mean, I didn't even start serious. I mean, I've basically my whole life gone from one serious relationship to the other, and that started when I was a junior in high school. And I was with that woman for 4 years, and then moved on to the next one, and been with now 5 women total, counting the one that I'm seeing right now. And that's it. So I mean, I didn't really have expectations growing up. The only thing I was hoping was I didn't wind up putting my kids through the same kind of home that I grew up in, because it was not a good place to be. That's pretty much my expectation, if I'm being quite honest.
All right. Hey, 5th time's the charm.
Yep.
Wordy.
Oh, it was late in December and the sky turned to snow. All around the day was going down slow. No, I had this. Okay, so I've had this lifelong fetish, I guess it would be, for the long-haired redheaded girl. And that is, I mean, because I just had this crush on this girl in my class, and it's never gone away. But it's kind of like, so it's like, for me to find someone attractive, my expectations are maybe they'll dye their hair red for me. And then, yeah, no. So that never happens. So I've just learned to accept disappointment. But I was the class flirt, and she was the only one I couldn't flirt with. I was like just paralyzed in concrete.
I always wanted somebody that was nice and kind like my mom and considerate. And, well, damn. No. I know. I guess maybe somebody tall. Yeah, probably a redhead, maybe a blonde. So that was mine.
Dude, all this stuff with redheads, dude. I married 2 of them. Don't.
No?
Don't. No, don't.
Yeah, my last ex was a redhead. We're not recommending 0 out of 10.
Oh,
Not bad, huh?
The sex is insane. Absolutely fucking insane.
Sadly, so are they.
And glorious. But then, yeah, they're insane too. So yeah, walk away.
Yeah.
And
Good to know.
Like the humongous says, just walk away.
Don't danger, Will Robinson, danger. Oh, God. Oh man. Well, now I know.
Did you go, Mike?
Yeah, I did.
So my expectations growing up was she had to be kind of the cheerleader look, because I grew up in the South. I was like, you know what? I would like a woman to be blonde, cheerleader, all this peppy talk, all this stuff. And then I finally did date a cheerleader, and I was like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
You wanted a Dallas Cowboy.
Now, see, when you get older, then it's like, yeah, she's got to have huge tits, a low alcohol tolerance, no gag reflex, and
Yeah. But then it's like I just, I was like, you know what, that's nice, but it's not for me. Yeah. She was nice. I was just like, you're just annoying.
oh God, everyone knows the type. It's like, oh, I'm tired of talking about me. Why don't you talk about me? Yeah, okay.
I have to go with Herc 130's.
Enough about me. What do you think about me?
Yeah. I wanted to marry somebody like Linda Carter or Aaron Gray.
Ooh, yeah, Aaron Gray. Linda
Yeah,
Carter.
Aaron Gray is
We're all like
Jane Seymour.
expectations we had at like 10 and 11 years old. I wasn't counting those. I mean, hell, if you're counting those, then I wanted to marry Daisy Duke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it because of the shorts?
No, it was because how she looked in the shorts.
No, Aaron Gray in that red
Works
satin
for me.
jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Heather Thomas.
Like Tweaky said, beady, beady, beady.
For me, it was Jennifer Connelly in Rocketeer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, she's still got it. Even in fucking.
I know. I watched Top Gun. I watched Top Gun Maverick, and my wife's sitting next to me, and all I could think was, God damn. And Gary's sitting next to me. He just starts laughing. He knew it. My wife just slapped me. I'm like, oh, I feel like a kid again.
Oh, man.
And my wife's like, I could be like that. I was like, no, you are Gina. Just be Gina Carano for Halloween.
Yeah.
Just do that.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up next is
Or Wonder Woman.
No, Gina for me. Okay, so here's a question for you guys. How has Hollywood and social media ruined people with what they want in a relationship? Like TikTok, Instagram, all like the movies we watch, all these different things. Like, how has it ruined the expectations? Like, because the expectations us men have is very low. It doesn't take much.
True.
With like guys and women who watch movies and social on TikTok or whatever it is, and they see all these images of what we think we should know what a woman is or what a guy thinks and all these things. Like, Mike, how has Hollywood and social media ruined that?
Oh boy. Well, okay. For starters, I'm gonna go with primarily, if you were a geek or a nerd like me, especially growing up, you kind of get this, in a weird sort of way, this false expectation that the guy always gets the girl in the end. And that just is not the case whatsoever. It doesn't happen. It just does not happen. You could I'm going to pull a reference like from the 80s, like Arthur. Okay. And the drunken English slob, right? That for some odd reason ended up famous. I don't know how. No, guys like that, guys like me, you don't end up with the hot babe at the end. And on top of that, not everybody is a hot babe.
Well, let's
You know?
just pause that for a second and acknowledge the fact that Liza Minnelli was never a hot babe.
That's true.
True.
Yeah, very true.
Ordy, how
He was
what is
aiming
your
low.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you got to search somewhere, you aim low.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with aiming low.
And
in my
then
opinion. There
anything
isn't.
above and over that is just, godsend.
And that's a
Yes.
lesson in managing your expectations.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like
So,
that
Ordy,
TV
how has
lower
Hollywood and social
expectations.
media ruined how men and guys proceed what they look for?
It's okay. I don't know what this cult is in Hollywood and on social media that is convincing beautiful women to absolutely destroy their faces and their bodies
Mm.
with unbelievably retarded cosmetic surgery. And somehow men are getting convinced that this is the ideal. It's like the dude we were talking about earlier who thinks that Sydney Sweeney is a one. I mean, yeah, she's not like overly fucking gorgeous, but I mean, just I don't know what this cult is. It's convincing women to destroy their bodies, and then men are going, "Oh yeah, fuck, I could totally spank to that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's true because on one hand, you got somebody like Zendaya that'll, do this show about, like falling in love with some transsexual dude, right? That thinks that she's a woman. Oh yeah, it's a show that she did.
Okay.
And then on the other hand, you got somebody like Sydney Sweeney that'll do like these funny commercials that have been floating around, like, on X and stuff like that are just totally hilarious.
Yeah, she's doing the Dr. Squatch commercials now too.
Yeah, like those kind of commercials, right? And you can tell she's absolutely just having fun with it, right? Which is what I dig. I totally dig that. I will dig a chick that will, use her prettiness, but in a comedic type of way, right? For something like that kind of product, right? Like Dr. Squatch. And like, she has a good sense of humor, right? And I'm totally down for that. While, Zendaya is just like only one expression most of the time when she barely smiles at all in anything that she does. And, it's like, I don't want to date somebody like that. I want somebody fun. But yeah, like going back to what Ordy said, it's like they're trying to program everybody that, ugly is beautiful and anything beautiful is just ugly.
Yeah.
Like it makes absolutely bizarro sense.
Yeah.
The one good thing about Zendaya is that she did make us realize that Brie Larson has more variety in her resting bitch face.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is true.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing about with me with Zendaya is it's when I watch a movie and I first notice them in a movie, I'm stuck on that. Like, for example, Selena Gomez, very attractive, very cute. The problem is she has like a face of a kid. So I can't I'm like, I can't.
You can't separate it.
Too much like
He's like,
her face looks.
I can't fap to this.
It's more of, it's not even that. It's more of like, it feels weird for me in the sense of like, yeah, she's attractive. It's like, but she has like a face of a high schooler. Now, granted, that's not her. I'm not saying, hey, it's her fault. That's how she is. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. It's just with Zendaya, it's the same thing. I saw her in Spider-Man, whatever this stupid Tom Holland one is, and I'm like, I view her as a high schooler, so I can't really. It's even though she's 28 years old, which is mind-boggling to me, but it's like I can't because it's like I view you as a high schooler.
Yeah,
like I'm not even gonna view that. Sydney, she looks like a grown woman.
Yeah,
not because of her bazungas, but it's just her attitude and everything. She likes to have fun. She's quirky, humorous.
Yeah.
That's cool and all. But when you get guys who are like, oh my gosh, it's like, dude, those guys take away from the attraction of a woman. Because then it's like you're annoyed. That's how I am. I just get annoyed when you get a bunch of guys who are like, Sydney, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, she's attractive, okay? But the more you guys simp and drool over her, the less I find her appealing.
Right.
Like for me, like she's
get
the
that.
type probably be like, "Hey, do you want to watch a football game at a bar?" Sure, okay. Like that's cool with me.
Yeah.
Like it's, I don't know. All the other guys were like, "Ooh, ooh." I'm like, dude, you guys sound like weird guys who've never seen a pair of boobs before.
I've
Like,
never
let's-
felt a woman's touch.
and they're not sandbags.
Hasn't had pussy
You're
since they
good.
came out of it.
Mhm.
Yeah. But Vincent, how has Hollywood and social media ruined?
Like, I'm not going to say that Orty stole my answer, but Orty stole my answer.
Hey, you've sold Hail Hydra on your outro, so
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's unreasonable physical expectations.
Yeah.
Everyone has to have, fucking 36 double Ds. Everybody has to have the red hair. Everybody has to have the ass, like fucking what's her name, and it just, like I say, it's unreasonable expectations. If you could find a woman like that, you would have found her already.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So my advice: keep your expectations low. You will always be pleasantly surprised because you will find someone who exceeds them.
Yeah.
aim low, kids. Aim so low that if you fail, nobody will notice you tried.
Exactly.
And here's the thing: there is hope, guys, in this episode. There is hope. Rick, what is your opinion and answer on this one?
Well, so I have a slightly different take. I think social media has screwed up both sides for various reasons. Part of it is because back in the day, if you look, there's actually been a graph that's been put out recently that shows that up until the invention of the internet, most everybody met somebody usually within their own town or from their school, and now everybody meets everybody online, and it's just nuts. But the thing about it is, because you have all of these connections now, you may be dating somebody and they've got 5 or 6 people waiting in the wings, just waiting for you to fumble.
Yep.
And it's just nuts. I mean, I went through the same thing with my ex. All of a sudden, we were together forever. And next thing I know, that she's like talking to this new dude, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And then she expected me to be okay with it, and I'm like, no, I have you on paper, so we're either keeping the paper or we're getting rid of the paper. You pick.
Damn.
I think the issue with how social media, Hollywood is just, we all can figure it out. It's
Well, Hollywood's nuts.
it's, you have to have I'm at the age where, like my wife, she doesn't really go, ooh, that guy. She doesn't do that because she's very respectful. Like, because I asked her, I was like, what draw you to be attracted to me? She's like, your shoulders. It's like, that's the oddest answer I ever heard, but okay. But she's kind of like, she'll say like, oh yeah, Ryan Gosling or whoever. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like she looks at it more of like the personality. But like women, they gawk. Here's the other thing. Women will play this weird, stupid thing where it's like, you can't sexualize a woman, blah, 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 blah. But the next minute you get Henry Cavill shirtless on a screen, oh,
Yes.
Lordy.
Yeah.
All hell breaks loose.
Oh my God.
Here's the thing. This is why for a guy who is 5'4", who can't live up to the guy from Reacher or Henry Cavill, it sucks because
it does.
they're all like, I want, ooh, ah. And I'm like, that is like, it's very like obtainable for guys to get to that physique, but it's like, damn, I'm too lazy to do it. And the other way around, the flip side with guys is where Hollywood has made it where you need a woman like Scarlett Johansson, you need a woman like this or that, and it's like,
no, I don't.
all that is just plastic. It's all for entertainment. It's all for on screen. And social media, like if you go on Instagram, if anyone has Instagram, the amount of women dancing and all these things, I'm like, this is stupid. Because here's the thing, not all women can dance like all sensual and all that stuff. And it's it's kind of a point where it's like guys should just stay off of like social media altogether, in my opinion, because it kind of says like you need a woman that's like this, you need a woman like that, and so younger guys are thinking, I need a woman who can do belly dances and do all these things. I'm like, dude, I guarantee you that chick is batshit crazy. You're only seeing her on screen, so she's trying to get you to look up the app that she's trying to promote. I guarantee you, if she doesn't get her pumpkin spice latte in October, fucking hell's breaking loose. Like, it's where we get so.
Do not speak ill of pumpkin spice milfs.
Yeah.
You know, I worked in the coffee shop enough to know.
Yeah.
They are
Um,
pox upon the nation.
They are like the zombies when they come in. But that's the issue that with social media, and specifically now with younger kids and younger guys, is they want this, they want that. Like I've seen videos of like women who think they're Southern, so they act like they're all Southern. They look like a cowgirl and stuff. And I'm like, no, I know what a Southern cowgirl looks like on a farm. She looks like she can bench press you and beat the living shit out of you. That's what that is. This is not what that is. No woman's gonna wear her little plaid shirt and tie it up and all this stuff. Like, it's these expectations that guys have. Like, ooh, I want that. I want a tight tummy. I want all this stuff. Like,
dude, you mentioned farm girls, man. Shit, big old corn-fed girls. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Here's the thing.
I have specific tastes, my friend.
I will say this:
Cowboys do love fat calves.
Here,
thick thighs save lives.
Here, I'm gonna break this down for any guy who has high expectations. Here's the thing: if you want a woman who's gonna cook for you, do all these things for you, and give you attitude, a little spice, get a Southern woman. Do that. Like my wife, she's now adventuring into the Southern side, even though she's been mainly California. Like she's like, ooh, I want to do this. I want to have cows. I want to have goats. I'm like, oh, really? Texas picking in my interest. And, but yeah, it's these like high expectations that guys have. Like, I want a woman who's a redhead because she's crazy in bed and all this stuff. Like, dude, like, it shouldn't matter what the hair color is. It shouldn't matter the size. If a guy likes a girl who's a little bit bigger, go for that. If a guy likes a girl who's a little bit thinner, go for that. Like, lower your expectations, guys, because if you keep them up high, I guarantee you there will be 3 women that walk past your door that are interested in you, and you don't even take interest into them, and they fit your category because you've allowed yourself to be brainwashed of what social media and Hollywood, TikTok, and all that stuff has told you this is what you want. Because I guarantee you there are 3 women that all fit those categories. 3 women in different times in your life, like high school, college, and adulthood. I guarantee you there's going to be 3 women that are going to step into your door, and you're going to blow them past because they don't fit your stupid fucking expectations.
That's the thing. I've always been. It took me a while to figure this out.
And it does. It's okay if it takes a while.
I think I was around maybe 30 when I finally worked everything out, and I had already gone through 2 marriages. If a woman, regardless of size or hair color or actually physical appearance, I mean, she doesn't have to be the greatest looking woman in the world. If some woman chooses to favor me with her physical graces, air quotes, you know, if she, which is a euphemism for fucking me dead, if she wants to do that, who am I to deny her?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If she wants to bump uglies, I'm up for it. If something comes of it, that's great. If not, hey, we had a good time. We can still be friends. Then move on.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We'll get to the.
You know what?
Question.
Another thing is, you know, how is Hollywood and social media like, you know, kind of ruined the whole relationship thing? You know, like way back in the day, right before the ways of the internet, you know, there was a certain
the dark times.
Before, yeah, exactly. Before the empire, you know, there was a certain mystique about actresses that worked in Hollywood, right? Not just actors, but actresses as well. And here's the one big thing is now that everybody, literally everybody, is on social media, they gotta totally air out their laundry all the fucking time, whether it's personal, whether it's especially political, right? And I think for some odd reason, a lot of morons out there also think that they have to do the same thing. And it just seems to be like all these batshit crazy women find it in their recesses of their minds, or what they like to call a mind, that they just have to do the same thing that all these other little starlets in Hollywood are doing, right? I just have to air out my political views and stuff like that. I just have to practically show off my tits and all that kind of stuff to gain attention. Because, that's what every other freaking whore in Hollywood does, And there's it's that certain mystique that's lost, right? That, say if a man is looking at a pretty attractive woman, well, any woman for that matter, right? Depending on how she dresses, right? It leaves a little bit of imagination to the mind, right? Of, wow, I think she's pretty hot looking, right?
Like, hey, baby, you know what would look good on you?
Exactly. Me. You know what? I think those pants would look pretty good on my baby.
Well, you're onto something.
Yeah. But the thing is, now most, I shouldn't say all, but probably most of these 20s and 30-year-olds, they got to get a OnlyFans, they got to friggin' practically expose everything on every kind of social media that's out there. And the thing is, besides all the other kind of crap that it can potentially lead to, right, certain incidences that are against the law, let's put it that way, but it loses that certain mysticism, that certain imagination, that if you wanted to make a certain kind of woman yours, right, you wanted to date them and then marry them and stuff like that. I mean, if all that's kind of exposed to the world, it's like the surprise is gone. That mystique is kind of gone, because not only do but thousands of other guys and potentially women on top of that know what your woman looks like. I mean, who wants that?
Well,
because you don't know if there's going to be another guy that's walking down the street and you're arm in arm with your woman, and he's like, like doing the complete 180 take, like, oh yeah, I know, oh yeah, I know her, right? I mean, what kind of man wants that when some other guy's like ogling your woman because she already knows what she looks like from bearing it all, or practically bearing it. That's the thing, right?
You touched on something important, like for the women watching. If there's a woman watching and be like, look, I want to find a guy. I'm going to find a guy who wants to settle down and stuff. Here's the thing. You don't have to wear the most skimpiest outfit.
Yeah.
You don't. Like, for example, when I met my wife, I did not meet her through online and all that stuff. I met her after a young adults event from my church. And we decided, hey, Steve has all these movies he's downloaded. We're going to watch Despicable Me too. So I had 50 people over. We all watched it. I know. Right? I downloaded movies. Sue me. And she's just sitting by herself. She's wearing normal clothes. And I'm like, wow, she's really attractive. I don't know if it's the light that's beaming down on her or what, but it's like there's something, and it caught my eye. I kept on looking back at her. I did the whole King David thing. I did the second glance thing.
Yeah.
Minus her bathing. I was just like glancing back. I was like, wow, that chick is really attractive. Like, I want to talk to her. Like, women, you could wear literally. This is how simple men are. I'm gonna break the code on this one. Okay. This is how simple men are. And guys, you can agree or disagree.
Yep.
You could wear a potato sack, cover your entire body, just show your eyes, and we're hooked. We're that simple. Yeah. Like men, we've lowered. This is where our standards are. It's so low. As long as you can do certain things. As long as you can make the home that we get for you to make it a home. As long as you can bring food to the table that we provide for you to do. As long as you can do all these things, bring us peace when we come home from work. Man, that guy is not going to go anywhere. Because he's like, I found it.
Yep.
Now, some guys will be like, wow, you could have done better. I don't care. I do not.
No, exactly.
And I love when guys do the whole what you talked about, look back, you're like, hey, what's up? Like, I love that. When I'm standing next to my wife, I love it. Because he's like, some guys are like, well done.
Yeah.
And you know, like, I've hit it.
Yep.
Because the perfect woman is not supposed to have this tight body, all these physiques and everything, guys. The perfect woman is the one that's going to actually go through thick and thin with you through all the stupid shenanigans that happens in life. Like, yeah. So,
But I mean, and here's the other thing. Prime example, okay? Like, there was a funny picture that I found on Google Images, right? And it was this lady that was holding a cup that said, it said on the cup, "All hail Megatron," right? And I thought, that's kind of funny, right? So I posted it on a Facebook group, this one Transformers Facebook group. I thought, hey, the girl looked kind of cute, and she's holding up this cup. It was kind of funny, right? So I put it out there. And then somebody commented like a few minutes later, "Oh my God, that's Mia Kafka." Like, and I'm like, who? Who the hell's that? So I looked it up and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's she's that kind of lady that starred in not Hollywood movies.
yeah.
But other kind of movies, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I'm
And
like,
don't look any deeper into her politics or it gets even worse.
exactly. But then, yes, and I'm glad that you brought that up, Bordy, because she.
By the way, I'm back. I had a little power outage. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
So, but she ended her career and she got married, and on occasionally on X, she'll make these stupid political rants and statements and stuff like that. It's like, how can anyone possibly take you seriously,
Dude,
based on the kind of
gets
industry
dragged.
that I
Seriously. Dragging, like, if somebody dragged her behind a truck, there'd be nothing but a pelvis wearing a belt. That kind of drag.
It's like,
So-
you expect anyone to take you seriously after what you've deep-throated for many, many years? No.
Yeah.
On top of that, I don't want a woman like that. I don't want a woman that's been with like 1,000 guys or something like that. No, I want somebody that's exclusive to me only.
So here
Anyway,
comes
sorry.
in the next question. I didn't type it out.
Okay.
Women, here's where it gets a little sticky, because now the next question, two questions,
Sticky.
are for you
Giggity.
ladies,
Giggity.
and because this is where guys actually struggle, and men specifically, because this is where, because women will say like, oh, men have it so easy. No, we don't. It's men and women struggle with things differently in life, but men significantly struggle with a lot more things that we don't even talk about. And that's why this show's here, so we can talk about it, to give women a little light into what men deal with. Now, guys, before I get to the other question, does body count matter? Vincent.
Yes.
Yeah, that does.
40.
Nope.
I
Not
knew
really.
you would say no. Some guys say no.
Here's the thing: is that I don't care about the body count. The only thing I care about this is that I'm the last dick you have, or it's the last time you get my dick. That's my philosophy.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Here's the thing, and because I think Rick he stepped out for a little bit.
No, I'm back.
Oh, does
Okay.
body count matter?
All I'm going to say about that is, as long as it's not hot dog down a hallway, I don't really care. But,
Okay.
you know.
So, one of the things a lot of women who do OnlyFans or dive into like what celebrities do is they don't understand how important the body count is with a lot of guys. I would say majority of guys do care about it. Because a lot of guys, if they hear, "Oh, you've been with 8, 10 guys," like I don't know.
No,
It's
that I don't consider that a body count. I mean, you
That's
talk
not a
to
body
somebody
count.
and it's like close to like 100 or over 100.
okay.
That, yeah,
Here's
that
the other thing. Some guys have a different spectrum of what it is, and which is fine. It's every guy
because
has a different.
because guys look at it, they want it. They won't tell you that they want it to be special, but they want it to be special.
Mhm.
And when you have a high body count like that, it's kind of hard to, you know, it's kind of hard to think it's special when she's giving it to every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the fucking apartment building.
Yeah,
You know,
that was my question. I was just curious of what you guys thought. Because
I
some
would say
women,
double my body count. And my body count is quite large.
okay, but because here's the other thing. It's if a woman. Well, okay. Well, I'll give my thoughts on the next one. What I was about to say into this question here, because this is a very good one. I like this one. This is about to crush every woman's hopes and dreams. Why is it unhealthy for women to want a man who's 6 foot and makes 500,000 a year? Vincent.
again, unreasonable expectations. It's when you find a woman who's looking for stuff like that, you're usually you're looking at they post profiles of these kind of women on X all the time, and she's got 4 kids by 3 different guys, and she's looking to settle. So let somebody else get this question. I'm going to send you something, Steve, and I want you to
Okay.
post it.
All right. Rick.
Well, I mean, it's all back to those unreasonable expectations again. Because here's the other thing. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, that these women are wanting somebody who's 6 foot tall, makes 500 grand a year, drives whatever their favorite color Bugatti is, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. What exactly do they bring to the table? That's always been my question. You guys have all these standards, but when it comes right down to it, most of you bring absolutely nothing to the table.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Ordy.
He stole my answer, damn it. No, I mean, not only is it an unreasonable expectation, it's that it's okay. You have just pigeonholed yourself from maybe 1% of men in the United States, maybe 5% of the men in the world, and there are 96% of the other women are also going after that. It's just, honey, you're not that hot.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to be the arm candy. You aim low. Just aim low.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike.
You know what? Here's the problem.
Okay, check the DM, Steve.
I saw it. I'm not going to post it.
Yeah.
Well, you could post the second one.
You know, okay, first of all,
Do it, man. Do it. Come on.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with finding a guy that's, you know, maybe 6 feet tall. Sure, there are a lot of guys out there that are like that, you know. But here's the thing: making $500,000 a year. Oh, here it comes. So true, so unbelievably true, man. You need to look at this from like what they call a banker's point of view. Okay, if some woman out there, or some girl, I should say, some girl, you know, is looking for somebody that making $500,000 a year, they got to be this and they got to be that and blah 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 blah. You know, from a banker's point of view, you're a bad investment. Okay, because that's all you're caring about. You're caring about the money, in the hopes that you don't have to work anymore. I'm going to tell you something, sweetheart. Okay. Anybody that's making $500,000 a year or more. Okay. First of all, that's his money. He's earned it. He's worked his ass off for it. Okay, you are not entitled to any of that money. And any guy that's looking at making that kind of income a year, they're wanting a woman that's willing to work just as hard for her income to provide a really good lifestyle that he's worked his ass off for. And if you're thinking that you're going to get any kind of that money, sweetheart, you're up for a very rude awakening, because it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not. You are going to be a bad investment. You are going to be a gold digger. You're going to be a leech. You're going to be a burden on that guy, because the only thing that you're going to be doing is beaking off almost every day. How come you don't get me any more jewelry? I want some fine furniture. When can we go on vacation to Naples? Or when are we going to buy that big boat? You're nothing but a burden at that point. That's all you are.
You do that voice a little too well, my guy.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I get
So,
the
Canadian Spider-Man.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
You are unbelievably red.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just hiked off the mountain carrying a deer that I swear to God is 150 pounds, my own weight. It was heavy. Holy shit. And that was with the guts removed.
What?
So, Canadian Spider-Man.
Yes, sir.
Why is it unhealthy for women to want a man who is 6 foot and makes 500,000? Not even 500. We'll go 200,000 a year.
Because the percentage, it's unrealistic. If your average woman, say not even 80%, which I believe it is 80%, if it's only half the women that want that, well, I'm sorry, you're all going for like 1% of the male population.
It's not even 1%.
It's not, no, 200,000, 500,000 is, like 0.5%. It's something ridiculous. And it's funny, Steve, because even the 4'11" girls think that they deserve a 6 foot man. I mean, guys like you and I, we are literally fucked. And you know that people are more discriminated against any colored person of any color, no matter what. Because when's the last time you saw anyone 5'6" president of the United States or Canada or any position of power? It's never going to happen. Never. So we are severely discriminated against, but whatever, that's fine. I prefer being single, so it kind of works out. But they shouldn't be, they're going to set themselves up for failure, first of all. And second of all, this is more important. I'm sorry. Yes, if you look like Jenny Agutter in the 80s or Christy Brinkley in the 80s, then yes, you deserve a 6 foot man making $200,000. But unless you're an 8 or 9 or a 10 out of 10, like Christy Brinkley in her prime, you don't deserve. That's a high caliber man. I mean, you're talking, unless he's because wealth is even more important, and height is more important than looks. You can get a butt fuck ugly guy who's tall and wealthy, and he'll get great girls. So no, that's they're overestimating their own value. I mean, these are 4s and 5s, and I mean, your average girl's a 5, right? That's by definition. So you shouldn't be going after 9s and 10s. That is ridiculous. No, and you're gonna end up with box wine and cats.
And here's the thing: most guys tend to go. If we do the whole rating system, there's no such thing as a woman who is a 10, because that's a dude.
Yeah,
but most guys will go for a woman if you do it on the rating system, which I don't really do that, but let's just say for argument's sake, if there's a woman who's like a 5, 7, and an 8, the guy's going to go for the 5 because that woman is going to value who that guy is.
Yeah.
Now, here's the fun thing, and I was going to bring this up, and I wanted to bring this question up first. A woman wants a guy who's like 6 foot or higher, or close to 6 foot, I'll say, and makes $200,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year. Which those two, it's like I want a guy who's like 6 foot. Okay, cool, but how much does he make? I want to make $200,000, $500,000. you lower your percentage to literally nothing.
Yep.
And when a woman says that, guys are just taking it in. Like, I'm 5'4", 150 pounds. Like, the odds of me being married nowadays, if I was single, is literally nothing.
You'd have to be rich.
I have to pull out a lot of game to get a woman's attention. I have to be funny all the time. I have to do all these things, creative, which women do like. And it's when they get older, they finally figure that part out. But the moment, and we don't get butthurt or anything. We just let it in. We're like, all right, cool. All right, cool. You're attractive. All right, goodbye. But the moment we say, all right, step on the scale.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The moment you bring that up, oh, how dare you? It's like, hold up. You want a man who's 6 foot, makes this much money, all these things.
Yep, that's fine.
You that's your whole thing. If that's what you want, shoot.
Your
go for
butt can't be bigger than that. I'm sorry.
But the moment you say this, whether it's a guy who likes a bigger woman or a skinnier woman, says, hey, step on the scale, that woman is gonna hate you because you flipped it on them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because here's the thing. I will say this.
Nothing over 120.
When a woman, I've met a lot of guys who are billionaires in my life. And I always ask them, what is the one thing that you look for a woman? And they always say, someone who's going to be a mother to my kids.
Yep.
And I was like, what if a woman's like, hey, because they can spot a gold digger. They can spot a woman who's there for the money. And most of the time, a guy who makes that much money, they're retired. They're old. Like, women who go and do that stuff, you're abusing that man. Stop it. Because I watched a video where her husband died and she's crying because he actually took all the money that he has earned in his life and donated it.
Nice.
To organizations and stuff.
There
So
you
she
go.
would get the money. And she's all like, I'm not going to have any money. I'm not going to do all this stuff. Women. Here's one thing I'll say about women. Lower your expectations to a point that actually makes sense. Don't focus on how much the money is. Because here's the thing. Money is not going to bring you that much happiness. It'll bring you some happiness for a short amount of time. But when you actually find a guy who's out who knows how to do life skills, do all these things, makes $60,000, $70,000 a year, I guarantee you, you're going to have more joy with that man than a guy who drives a Bugatti every day or whatever. Yeah. Because that guy is business. He's focused on that. He's not focused on you. He just wants you to provide for him at home. Yep. A guy who is in the lower bracket of making money, he could be 7 foot tall. He's going to do things for you that most men are not going to do when they make that much money. Yep. Because he's like, I found it. And guys, here's the thing. It's okay if you find a woman who's like, oh my gosh, like she's perfect for me. That's cool. But then she's like, I want a guy like this. Just walk away. Because that's a red flag.
Oh yeah.
Find like the mid-center. Like if you do a whole rating thing, find a woman who is like a 5 and a 6. That's like where they're like, hey, look, I will cook for you. I will do all these things for you, whatever it takes. I will do your laundry. I'll prep your food. Like she will do everything to make your life easier in the sense where you don't have to worry about it. Or what Canadian Spider-Man did.
There you go.
Hey, that's the whole point of being in a relationship. Otherwise, you just have guy friends.
It's true. Because that's not bitch and complain. These women that bitch and complain. Well, I shouldn't say bitch and complain, but that's part of it. But that say, oh yeah, he's going to earn this and that much. You know what? You potentially could be missing on the greatest guy that ever came across your life, and he could be like, I don't know, 5'8", probably earning like maybe $40,000 a year, but he's a hard worker, and you know what? And you'll pass him off like he's nothing. And you could have watched on the greatest guy that ever entered into your life.
I watched a video, and let me know what you guys think about this, where they were interviewing a pretty attractive woman. She was a mom. She had a kid holding her. She was holding her kid. And this guy was asking questions, and she's like, "Are you married?" He's like, "Are you married?" She's like, "Yeah." And I think for like 4 years, and he was asking her questions like, "How much should the guy make a year?" And she's like, $60,000 a year. That's it. I just need
Yep.
money for
That's-
food, diapers, a house, all these things. Very simple.
What's the average in
To
America?
me, I'm like, guys, I know guys who are wanting to get married, settle down. I'm like, guys, this is the woman. This is the type of woman you should go for. She's very simple and she knows what she wants. That's the other thing. Like, guys will go for like the super attractive girl right away. I'm like, dude, I guarantee you, you're going to be miserable. Because every guy that's a competition. Lower your expectations. Don't go for, like, Beautiful Mind is a good example. When he actually broke down there was 3 women and 4 guys. He broke down in math on this. It's if everyone goes for a girl, there's a guy left out. But if all the guys go for one girl, all 2 girls are left out. You have to play the game smart.
Yeah.
You find the one, I always say, find the one who's quiet. Who's just sitting there being quiet with all her friends. Because she's going to be the one that's quirky enough to handle your humor, and she'll give you a little spice. Because guys like spice, in the bed, in the house, around, wherever. Like, if you want a woman who gives you attitude, there's a woman that's going to give you attitude. It's a Southern woman. Just don't piss her off. Then you got the whole family coming after you.
Or an Irish woman.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
No.
Just saying.
Yeah. Sorry, Ordy, did you say something?
They're all quiet in the background.
I know. Is Ordy's the funniest of us all. Where's he?
He's been having power issues tonight.
Yeah, he's going to Circle K right now. He's
So
picking me. He's giving me a pack of Bud Light.
So what is the average salary in America? What's the average salary for Canada? What is it, Mike? Maybe 40, 50,000 max?
Yeah, about there. Yeah.
45, 50,000 max.
Yeah.
Average salary. And there's
Yeah,
a lot
about there.
less. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because I'll tell you this. I might be like 6'1", but I'm lucky if I'm getting around 50,000 a year or something like that, right? But and being married, I know that there have been times like between the wife and I, we've argued about money and stuff like that, but at least I know that she knows I'm trying my best, because I will try my damnedest to try to keep my family happy with whatever little I have. And it's not easy, but at least she knows I'm still trying, still persevering, and still willing to take care of this family. And it's not easy, especially in this day and age, to find a woman like that. No, I mean, very rarely you'll find a woman that's the whole package deal, right? She's got the looks. She's willing to do anything for her man. And buddy, if you ever come across that, you've hit a home run.
Well,
you have.
Don't settle for anything but that. If she's not totally head over heels for you, she doesn't really like you. She's just after your resources, or she's just waiting for the next best thing. That's a fact. Because when a girl is in love with a guy, she will drive in the middle of the night for hours to go and hang out with him and make him a fucking sandwich. She is batshit crazy over him. And guys are the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's a few things that I saw. There's a couple of videos. There was a guy that he drove 16 hours to go on a date with this girl that he knew from high school. He's like, I'm going to drive 16 hours just to go on a date to prove, hey, look, I'm worth it. They ended up getting married and whatnot. Then there was a girl that actually drove 4 hours. Not saying, 16 is better than 4, but she drove 4 hours just to hang out with this guy while he played Fortnite and they had fun. Like, she's like, I just want to hang out with you.
Nice.
I'm like, dude, she drove 4 hours for you, man?
That's right.
And
Put a
here's
ring on
another
that
thing.
shit.
What? Yeah. Here's another thing. I was talking to a bunch of feminists on this because those are always fun. And I told my wife this, and she did not like the answer I gave. My wife's not a feminist, but when she heard it, she's like, "What?" I met a lot of feminists who are career type women, and they asked me, "Hey, you do a man show?
Yes.
I'm gonna stump you on this one." I was like, "Bring it! I dare you, you Subaru lesbos! Bring it on!
That's right.
You you think you can take on the man game? Let's do
No,
this."
they don't
They
have
asked
the equipment.
me, "Does a man care about what a woman's career is?" And I said, "No."
No.
They flipped their whatever tuna made sandwich they flipped. But
That's what they want from in a partner. That's not what we want.
Here's the thing, women. I know we talk trash on women a little bit on this show, but here's the thing. I value women a lot in a way of like I want to help women also understand this is how you find a man. Because in that, I'm also helping men of like this is how you find a woman. And like trying to meet that middle ground. And I told a bunch of women, I was like, look, here's a better example. You become a lawyer, you become a doctor, whatever big high-end career you do. You've worked your butt off. Here's the thing. If women want to do that, go for it. Knock your socks off. I'm not going to stop you. Hey, do it. Do whatever you want to do. But when you get to a certain age, mid-30s, 40s, and you realize, you know what? I want to settle down. I want to have kids. I want to have a husband. I want to be a homemaker. Here, and then you finally find a guy that actually fits what the woman wants. That man is not going to give that woman a time of day because she's so focused on business. Because all the guy is, how much time am I going to invest in this? And then she's like, well, I do this. And look, this is how simple men are. We do not care. If you want to do this as your career, go for it. If you want to do that, okay, cool. As long as you do this and this and this. That's it. But most of the time, men are not going to go for that for a career woman when they're in their mid 30s to 40s. Because it's like your time is up almost. Like, as harsh as that sounds, your time is up. Like
your eggs are
harder
drying
for
up.
us to have a family because of the age that you're at. It has nothing to do with your looks or anything. It's just biologically that's how it works, and it sucks. It really does. Sometimes there's a miracle where a woman, like my sister-in-law, my brother and my sister-in-law, they're in their 40s, they ended up with a kid. And I'm like, that's awesome.
You can have allergies, you can have autism, you can have all kinds of.
But that's why men also go for women who are younger. Because it's like
nothing over 25.
Because a man wants to, we know. Because a man wants to have a family when he gets to a certain age. So he's going to find someone who's young, in their 20s, 30, early 30s, want to settle down. Most men do. And unless you're Canadian Spider-Man, you're like, this is your cutoff.
Expiry date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a fun topic. I feel like this is going to be another topic down the road.
It should be. And I have something a really important point on what you were saying there, Steve. Men don't care. And why women think that we want the same in women that they want in men. They care about a man's career and his money, his education, his achievements. They don't understand, or some of them do. Fortunately, some of them do. But many women do not understand. And this is every man. This is with very few exceptions, whether he's from China, India, Australia. I've been everywhere. I've talked to them all. We don't care about your certifications or your education. We don't care about your money, your job, your accomplishments. We don't give a shit. Doesn't matter to us. Are you good looking and are you peaceful to be with? That's all we care about. Are we attracted to you? Because we can do everything for us. We can get money. We can do everything for ourselves. We don't need women except they look awesome. That's what we need you for. I'm sorry, but your value is your looks and your purity and your femininity. Femininity. That's
a
your
better
value.
Okay. I was going to
Men-
call you out. I was like, it's not
Men
always
are
about
born with
looks.
no value. We have to work our asses off.
God.
Otherwise, we've got no value. Women
Here's
are
a-
born with value. It's youth and their virginity and their purity, and they're born with it. And all they have to do is not give it away. That's all they got to do. We've got to bust our asses to make value.
Here's a question I have for you
We don't
guys.
understand. We don't care.
Here's a question I have for you guys. We'll go around the table, and then we'll get to tip the hat. When it comes to dating, when you go on the first date, how long? We know women, it takes them a little bit longer to get ready for a date. How long do you think it takes for a man for that one date to get ready? It's a trick question, by the way.
Not even an hour.
Not even an hour?
Put money in his wallet. That's
okay. Money in his wallet. Vincent.
Yeah.
Dude, I could be ready to go to Mars in 15 minutes. A date will
Okay,
be
15 minutes. Rick.
a date takes much less time.
yes.
I mean, I'm gonna say 15, 20 minutes. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if Orty's there, what does he think? If
5 minutes.
Vincent stole my answer.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been saying that all
here's-
night.
No,
Here's
no,
the
seriously,
thing.
I can. No, I'm ready to go in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
If
Wow, nailed it.
All right. So it's a time thing. I'm going to say 2 years. Because you have to go to the gym. You have to do all these things.
Okay.
To prepare yourself. See, I told you it was a trick question. Everyone's thinking, yeah, we can get right. I can go
You're
in there.
smart.
I'm good. But it takes a man a couple years because he has to save up. He has to work all these things.
Mhm.
And here's the thing: that first date may not go well, but he's gonna fight
up.
for it. But yeah,
Oh man.
I'm again literally ready to go in 5 minutes.
Yep. I like your attitude. Ready to go to Mars in 15. Same here. Like 5-month backpacking trip. Bags packed. Let's go.
yeah.
Didn't
So
some
that
of
was a little trick question I had for you guys. All
That
right,
was
we're gonna
really
get
smart,
into-
Steve.
I
Wow.
know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
See, I come up with some good things.
Did we?
You
Do you
were
want to expand
smart.
on that? That's actually a really important.
Like,
point.
okay, so for example, like for me, I'm 5'4".
Right.
Like now, as I look at myself, I was like, you know what? I'm a pretty good looking dude. But I had to go for,
Wow.
I was like in college, I was like 109 pounds, had hair, I looked like a doofus. And I just was not getting the dates. Some I had pity dates. Some women actually said yes out of pity. And it wasn't fun. I was like, dude, and I had the humor down, quirky a little bit. I was just nervous. I was just a weird social anxiety kid. And then right after college, I was like, you know what? I need to put my body into work. Go to the gym, work out, eat right, shave my head, trim my beard, prep my beard. It took to get to my beard, it took about 5 years to finally get to where I wanted it to be. Do all these things to actually get a woman who goes, you know what? You might be worth going on a date. Sure, I'll go on a date without it being a pity. Yeah, I'm sure. I use that as my advantage where it's all quirky and stuff. But that's what it happens with men who have a disadvantage. We work our asses off. We work hours. We save up money just for that one date. And here's the thing. That first date may be the most weird, awkward first date because you know what? Okay. And we have to do it all over again. But here's the thing. Once you've worked to that point, it's a little bit easier because then you don't have to work as hard. It's just like, you know what? I got to save money. I have to impress.
Yeah.
the woman.
How many rejections do you have to go through? How many?
Well, here's the thing. The
building
rejection thing,
confidence?
I'll say this to guys. You know what? If you have, this is best when it comes to asking a girl for homecoming. It's better to be told no 100 times than it is to be told yes 50 times. Because if you're just honking all the time, you stupid idiots. If you get told yes every single time 50 times, you're more used to that than when a woman says, no, I don't want to go on a date. No, I don't want to do that. Because you don't know what to do. It's better to be told no first because you get used to, no, I don't want to go on a date. It just means she's not interested in you. A lot of guys don't understand that. So there's my wisdom, guys. Take it or leave it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you're so smart.
I know, right? But here we go with one of my favorite subjects. Second. That's right, tip of the hat. Where we go around the table and we give thanks and respect the man in our lives. And I'm allowing because I think that was it. You might mention your mom, or was it Vincent?
No.
No, it wasn't me.
You sound like you have marbles or something in your mouth.
Oh, it was. Sorry, I'll correct myself. So, tip of the hat is where we go around the table and we give praise to someone who has impacted our lives. It could be a celebrity, it could be someone in our family, friends. I'm allowing moms because that's very important because they've helped us train of the type of woman we should seek for, or at least a good mom should help a guy, their sons, understand this is the type of woman you should go for.
Yeah.
A dad is like, look, you're going to be a man. I'm going to spank you with this bamboo stick, and you're going to have welts on your ass, and you're just going to deal with it.
That's right.
I'm not saying that's what my dad did, but, you know.
But turned into the man you are.
Yeah. Don't know where he is now. Mike, who's your tip of the hat for this week?
My tip of the hat this week. That's a good question. You know what? My tip of the hat is going to go to my son, my one and only son. The son I asked God, just give me one son, just one. I'll be happy. After a couple of daughters and whatnot, we're outnumbered. So I'm just like, God, just please, just give me one boy. I'll be happy. And he did. So my tip of the hat goes to my son. And you know what? And soon, next month, he's going to be 26 years old. 26. And man, the years just fly right by. But I just got to say I'm really proud of him for sticking at this one job that he's been doing for I think about maybe 4 years now, something like that. And he's worked his way up, getting better pay, and he's a machine operator at this one vinyl siding company that he works at. And and on occasion he'll tell me what kind of day he's been having, and how he's trying to correct all the fuck ups that everybody else is doing at work, where it might take them an hour to figure something out. He just boom gets it done in about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And he's becoming more and more like his old man. So
Nice.
and he's always been a really hard worker. Even when he was 15 years old, he got his first job, and that first job was doing concrete.
Wow. Concrete sucks.
Breaking, wheelbarrowing, taking concrete absolutely sucks. Taking the that ground pounder, just to flatten out an entire area, tying rebar together, shit like that. Yeah, I know. So, but
do you know what the giant chrome vibrator in concrete?
Yes,
that is, and it's phallic. It's fucking phallic.
I know, right? And and his boss at the time, he said, you know what? In the past, I've hired a lot of kids, just looking for a summer job. But I got to say, Mike, your son is like the hardest working 15-year-old that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Holy shit.
And 11 years later, working at this job where he's at, for him it really sucks at times. And and he's on a rotating shift. 2 weeks ago, he was on this graveyard shift, and even though he gets really tired at times, he's still going at it. And that's my tip of the hat. My son.
All right. That's cool.
Yeah.
Vincent.
And I'm proud of him.
My tip of the hat.
Shakespeare.
I know.
Suck my cock. Sorry about that. Tip of the hat. I was going to say Rancor Steve, but that fucker can go fuck himself. We're going to go with the man who completes my sentences. The man who stays stuck in my head as much as I stay stuck in his. We're talking Orty Packard, my brother from another mother.
Aww.
And he's not even here to hear that. But
I'm here. I said,
he's here. He's just quiet.
He was one of the ones that said, "Oh." Meanwhile, I'm saying, "I call bullshit." Oh,
you're being too quiet, man.
I'm here.
Well,
let's do a thing tonight.
With these guys dominating the conversation, they're being really
rude.
No, they're being very spirited tonight, and that's a great thing because
yes.
it's conversation. But when some of us don't really have anything to add,
you always
it's like it's like walking through a crowd like Peter Lorre.
Contemplating a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Orty, who's your tip of the hat?
Al Stewart.
You know what? This week I'm actually going to break tradition and not keep on topic. And not find somebody relevant to the topic. I'm actually going to have to go with my mom this week, who in the last 2 weeks has had back-to-back serious blows to her psyche. One, getting scammed out of a couple grand by Indian scammers. And then this week, getting diagnosed with B-cell lymphoma. But apparently the doctor said if you're going to have a cancer, that's the cancer you want to get. So, yeah, she is pure joy and kindness in a bottle. And not letting it get to her. Yeah, she's getting a little down here and there, but really still her spirits are super high and just being her. She's got the smile that lights up the room whenever she enters it. So she's not going to drag anybody else down with her problems.
That's awesome.
So there's my tip of the hat.
All right. Rick.
For me, my tip of the hat this week is going to have to go to one of my uncles on my dad's side, my uncle Calvin, who passed away several years ago. He was actually he was in the Navy, and he was always, well, first of all, he was like the cool uncle when I was a kid. I had one on my mom's side and my dad's side. He was the cool uncle when I was a kid, but he was also the man who was always, anytime we were doing anything together, he was always the one who was like, "No, stand up straight. No, that's not straight enough. And when you shake a man's hand, you better be standing up. And when you shake a man's hand, you better have a firm grip." So those were things I actually didn't necessarily learn from my dad, but I learned from one of my uncles. So yeah, I have to give that tip to him this week.
All right, that's cool. Canadian Spider-Man.
Yeah, Steve. Funny, I was thinking because sorry I'm late. I was up pulling a deer out of the woods, and the only reason I made it here now is because my younger brother, shout out to Murdog, he's on YouTube as Murdog. He came up to help me. He's got a sled, a big toboggan, so he pulled it down off the mountain. It was a kilometer up the mountain or more, a mile, let's say a mile up the mountain. He hiked up the mountain. He helped me. He gutted it basically because he's got more experience. He did we got the liver, so I'm gonna cook up the liver. Yep, fresh liver. It's still warm. We're gonna cook the liver here. Tonight. But shout out to my brother because he gutted it. He took care of everything, and he didn't. Well, he bitched a little bit, but it was heavy and hard. And without him and his sled, I wouldn't have the liver tonight.
All right. That's awesome. Oh man,
That's awesome.
I was waiting. I was like, you know what? He's gonna pull something out of his
But you
hat.
knew
But to me, I don't know if I. There it is. To me, I don't know if I. Oh yeah, I did do that guy.
Is this okay
Yeah.
on YouTube?
It is now.
I'm gonna give a tip to my stepdad.
Nice.
He's been a guy who has been very much focused on my passions. And he always, like, every time I meet up with him once in a while, it's just he wants to know how I'm doing, what are my passions, and how's the show doing, all these things. And it's the conversations I have with him are great. He's always like, don't give up on what you want to do. Keep doing it. If it fails, don't worry. And we always get into conversations with politics. That's always because he used to do politics. And so he knows all the ins and outs. And those conversations go on forever. It's almost to a point where it's an echo chamber. But he's been a very cool guy to just hang out with and talk. Like, even if when we do like a double date hiking with my wife and then him and my mom, and we just do a hike, him and I will just hang back and we'll just have conversations about movies or about whatever we're doing. It's a bonding moment that it's really cool. So he's my tip of the hat. And yeah, but I want to thank everyone who was on this really fun topic. I was nervous at first, and then I was like, we're going to wait at least almost 2 years until we do this conversation, because it can be a little touchy if new people don't know about the show and they're like, they're me, no, oh my gosh. I'm like, just get in your Subaru, you lesbo, and eat a tuna.
It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard.
Yeah, but I like the conversations we had. It was very open, and we were just being us. And we all have different opinions on things, but it's just we all have the same common ground. It's just how we get there is a little bit different. Next week, we are going to do, for Halloween, we're going to do a conspiracy theory episode.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear a deer head.
I fucking know you're going to do that.
Right, because you're all making the frogs gay.
So
Don't make
next
the
week,
frogs gay.
He's
next
going
week,
full
right?
bug on us.
Yeah. So next week we're going to do a conspiracy theory, and then the week after, I think it's the 2-year anniversary. That I think is going to be at 5 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be a little bit longer episode. I don't know who's all going to jump in. We might do a rotation of people coming in and out, and then I'll give updates of the plans for season 3 of Man-O-Rama. So big updates and surprises coming your way. So that's going to be fun. There will be another cooking episode. I have a special guest coming on for next month, right before Thanksgiving. So yeah,
Is he a McDonald's chef?
No, but that's not. I wish. No, there's someone else that I'm in talks of having coming on, and yes, it's a woman. It's a lady. So Canadian Spider-Man, you'll know what a woman is when this woman comes on. Don't worry. And there he is. He's just taking a bite.
Nah, I got it. That was
Canadian Spider-Man, I love you, man. You are the most manliest dude on UAA. All right.
I
That's a
didn't
challenge for
swallow.
everyone. I bet you would.
Giggity.
So yeah. Giggity. So next week we're gonna do a conspiracy episode. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and then we're gonna do this 2-year anniversary. That's gonna be a lot of fun during the election. So yeah, a lot coming up, man. A lot coming up. I just want to say thank you, everyone. Ordy, Vincent, Rick, Canadian Spider-Man, or I almost said Canadian Mike, or Canadian. Yeah, you be Canadian Mike. Whatever,
Canadian the thing.
Canadian thing. Thank you, everyone in the chat. If you want more people to know about this show grows with word of mouth. Let people know we're crass, we're edgy, we're offensive at times, but we care about people who are in the chat. We care about people who come on the show, and we love every single one of you guys. All right. On that note,
Hail Hydra.
Not that one yet.
And we say bye-bye.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys next week.
Elijah.
Thanks, you were great.